Hey guys, this is Ed from Mission Ed Possible, and today we have a little different thing going on. When we were doing our streams and our videos showing all the 2600 games, there were quite a few requests to do coverage of the Atari 2600 Basic. Needless to say, the Atari 2600 Basic is very limiting. And so today I'm going to try to make something somewhat interesting in Atari 2600 Basic. Okay, so your entire program can only have 64 symbols in it. A symbol, it can be like a print statement, a go-to, a letter, a number, things like that. You can have a maximum of 9 lines. You can actually exceed that, but you can only see actually 9 lines at a time. You can have integers from 0 to 99, and you can only have 5 math functions. You have plus, minus, multiply, divide, and modulus. And as far as graphics goes, you have 2 dots, so you can move around on the screen. And you can play some beeps. That's about it for music. And for data entry, had 2 keyboard controllers that came with it, and you can clip them together, and they have the letters and the numbers as well as the functions that you can use. So it has the following commands. So you have print, go to, if then else. You have the math functions. We have a hit function to see if there's a collision. You have a key function to be able to take keyboard input. You also have the relational operators less than, greater than, equal. In trying to make this video, I went through several iterations on trying to make something actually useful or interesting. I gave up on useful pretty early on, but then was like, okay, how do I make something interesting? And that was even a challenge. I ended up making something, and I'm going to actually build it in here, and I'm going to let you see how much of a pain it is to actually enter this data. I'm actually using a emulator. I have the keyboard set up on my emulator so that I can be able to enter this data. It's still kind of a pain, so bear with me here. And if you're interested, I actually have the code for this up on GitHub, and I'll be sure to leave a link down in the description. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a program that is going to be able to use the keyboard controller to move a pixel around on the screen. We're going to get rid of the status. We're going to get rid of the stack. We're going to get rid of the variables. So all we see is the program. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the horizontal and the vertical to 50. So we've got to change that to red, and we got to do horizontal 1 arrow. So that's the assignment operator. And we're going to say, we're going to go 5, 0. We use the comma to be able to stack 2 things on a line. So to do that, I got to switch to green. And then we got to use that. And now we're going to switch back to red. Vertical on there, so like that. There. And we're going to do 50, 5, 0. Enter. So we're going to switch to that and go new line, which is right here. Okay, first line in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check to see what the keyboard input is. So there's like 4, 6, 1, and 8 is the different directions. And if it's 4, then we're going to move to the left. If it's 6, we're going to move to the right. If it's 1, we're going to move up. And if it's 8, we're going to move down. So we're going to do an if statement. We're going to say, where is it here? If, so we're going to be in green. If the key, so we're going to use the key function, which is right, looking for it. Key is in red. Key equals. So the equal sign here is actually for comparison and not for assignment. In most programming languages, a single equal sign is for assignment, and double equal sign is going to be for comparison. So So if key equals, which is green over there, if it equals 4, I'll switch to red, 4, and then we use then. If key equals 4, then we're going to subtract from horizontal 1. So we're going to switch to red, hor 1, and we're going to use the arrow, the hor 1 minus 1. Okay, and we're going to go to a new line. Line 2 is entered. Then we're going to do the same thing for 6, 1, and 8. So we're going to say if, let's just the green again, if key equals 6, then go red, R1, arrow, R1, plus 1. Okay. New line. Okay, we're going right along here. So now we're going to check for 1. If key equals 1, then so now what we're going to do is we're going to go vertical. So we go ver1, minus 1. So we're going to go up. So we're going to do that and 1. Okay, and we're going to switch and enter new line. Did I do it wrong? Oh, the problem is I can't see what I'm typing now. And this is a problem because it's too long to fit on the screen. So the way I can deal with that is by typing the stuff I need to before and then push this down, which if that sounds crazy, it is. Problem is I can't even see my cursor to even type it in. So I'm going to actually have to erase everything, type in the last 2 lines, and then do it that way. The things I do for you. Okay, so we're going to go, I don't remember which mode I was in. I think I was in white. So I'm going to just do erase and erase all my work here. So the last line is going to be go to 2. So that's going to be just so that it checks everything. Go to, so we're going to go to, and then red 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to switch, and we can move up and down here, I believe, here. So right here, we're going to hit, hopefully I'm going to have enough here. I'm going to go ahead and put the last line right here. So I'm going to say new line. So we're going to say if key equals 8, key equals equals 8. Nope. Erase. Key equals 8. Then, so we're going to say var1 and equals var1. We're going to say plus 1. Plus 1. And now what we need to do is we don't want a new line there. What we need to do is we need to do a new line here. And I'm going to go ahead and also keep working backwards so that I make sure that I'm not going to run into the same problem. So now we're going to do if key equals 1. No. Erase. Key equals 1. Okay, I don't know what I hit then. Then var1 arrow var1 minus 1 minus 1. Okay, and we're going to go up here. We're going to add and I notice our goto went away. So now I'm going to add a new line here. And we're going to say if key equals green. And this one's going to be 6. Okay. Nope, wrong one. 6. If key equals 6, then var1 assign var1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, I think I have it all entered in. Now what I want to do is actually run it. And I want to show the graphics mode to do that. So I am going to, and there's no way to save this, by the way. So I'm going to switch to that mode, and I'm going to remove the program from the screen, and I'm going to show the graphics mode. And now I'm going to do run halt. Okay, and I don't think it's working because it should be showing something on the screen. Okay, so it's going through it. If key equals 4, key equals okay. Output, there's no output. Graphics, status, graphics. I want to say I needed to do something different with graphics. That's the stack. variables. We don't need that. And see, it didn't move our pixel to the center, which it should have. Okay, here we go. It did a thing. It did something. Looks like it crashed. Let's try running again. It usually means it runs out of memory when it does that. So trying to move around on the screen, it's not liking it. It's out of space. Let's just for fun, let's remove the first line. The go-to will be a little weird, but let's see. Let's remove these and see if it has any more room for running. Well, now we have 16. So if we run it, seems like it's better. So if we remove that, remove the status, we put in that. So now we're not resetting it. So now I'm able to move the pixel, move it. Here we go. Okay, so I didn't start it in the middle like I wanted it to, but I am able to move this around. It looks like up doesn't work, but down, left, and right work very, very, very slowly. And it should wrap around if I go left. Okay. I gotta look to see what up is doing wrong. But there you have it. There's a program that does something in Atari 2600 Basic. Let me go ahead and stop. And let's get rid of the graphics. Let's bring the program back in. And we can see what might be the problem here. So 4, 6, 2, not 1. That's the problem there. That's just a typo. Okay, so let's move down there. If I could get to the go-to, actually, I guess, if I remove this line, then I can put a go-to one. It should show up on the screen. Let's see. Erase. Yes. Okay. So let's change this. We're going to hit erase on this, and we're going to change that to 2. And then what we'll do is we'll go down here and change this to go to 1. And then we're going to do erase and change to go to 1. Change back to that, and we will do that. And let's remove the program, and let's put graphics on the screen. Funny enough, it actually kept the location. Is it running right now? There it is. Okay. I'll remove that, put the graphics on the screen. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now we can move in all 4 directions. Very slowly. This is 1 pixel movement, by the way. We could up it to, say, like 5 or 10, but I think I'd rather move on. Okay. Let's go ahead and stop it. Put the program back. And so I'm actually going to clear everything now and start from scratch. All right, so we're going to do a select. Let's get rid of the graphics and we can start programming. For the next program, we're going to have the pixels move around on their own without user input. So I have in here to use the other pixel. So instead of horizontal 1 and vertical 1, I'm going to use horizontal 2 and vertical 2. So we're going to use red and go to vertical 2. Actually, hold on a minute. We're going to erase. We're going to do horizontal 2 is equal to, so what we're going to do is we're going to assign this to horizontal 2 plus 1. So we're going to start it off by just increasing by 1. And we're going to come back to this in a loop. So horizontal 1, 2 plus plus, basically. And we'll just do that. Next line. And we're going to say if, no, green, if horizontal 2 is greater than 0. Green. And we're going to type in 0. Then go to 1. And it has been a while since I typed this, so I'm actually very interested to see what it does here too. So we're going to go to, just here, go to 1. And we're going to do enter. If we're going to increase vertical 2 by 1. So we're going to do vertical 2 plus 1. 1. Okay, and then we're going to say if vertical 2 is greater than 0, go to 3. If vertical 2 is greater than 0, then go to 3. I'm going to have the same problem, so I'm going to have to start entering it in backwards. So then go to 3. I think I can get this next line in here. Go to 3. Okay, and then, so I'm going to go ahead and put the last line in. Go to 1, the last line. Go to 1. And we're going to go backwards here. New line. Second to last line, if vertical 2 is less than 0, then go to 7. If vertical 2 is less than 0, then go to 7. No. Go to, and this is, I think, where the line goes away. Or I might have 1, 7. No, we still have one more line. Okay, cool. So now the line before that is vertical minus minus. So I'll go ver minus 1. Huh, I didn't have to switch modes that time. Okay. And we're going to do, oh wait, that's go to 3, so that I need to do a new line here. Okay. And new line. The problem is that 3 and the 5 are lined up. It looks like a line number, but it's not. Okay. Then we have if vertical 2 is greater than, oh, actually, no. Oh, no, now we need the horizontal minus minus. And then it's actually done, theoretically. Horizontal 2 minus 1. Okay, and I'm going to save this state. Oh, wait, I'm still missing a line here. I need to enter before I do that. Okay, so new line, horizontal to minus minus, and then it's kind of weird reading it backwards. It's really easy to lose your place. Okay, so we're going to go horizontal 2. Glad I typed all this out beforehand. Trying to do this live would be crazy. If horizontal 2 is less than 0, then go to 5. That's what this is. If horizontal 2 is greater than 0, then then if horizontal 2 is greater than 0, then go to 5. Go to 5. Okay. Now, theoretically, we're ready to start it. So I'm going to save it, at least in the state. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the program, put the graphics mode on, and now hit run. And it looks like it ran out of memory. Okay. I don't think I have any typos. Yeah, the bonk noise means it's out of memory. Symbols 2. I got this to run when working with it, and why it would be different now, I have no idea. But so we're running really close to the edge of how many symbols we can add. Yeah. Line 5, that's all I can see. Let's see, line 6 is if horizontal 2 is less than 0, then go to 5. Well, I can remove some of it. It's unfortunate, but just like I had to do with the other program, getting this thing to actually do what it's supposed to do is not fun. I could try resetting and trying again. Yeah, we have only 5 symbols left in memory to be able to run. Well, let me do this. Let me remove these two lines right here. And it won't be as interesting, but it might be somewhat interesting. Let's run it now. Is it going to run out of memory? It's going. It's doing something. It's moving the pixels around. Exciting. Okay. Now, I remember when I was testing this out, I actually put it on fast forward mode, which made it somewhat tolerable. I remember. Let's see. Okay, turbo mode enabled, because trying to sit through that is not fun. Let's see what happens when it gets to 0. Okay, it's doing a thing. If I remember right, I was trying to do something where it would go around in a circle and keep, doing that. But, oh, interesting. It's doing the because it's sitting there so long, the emulation is running, at double or triple speed or whatever. So the screensaver was engaging, which I noticed that a lot actually when doing in turbo mode, which is kind of funny. Okay, let's see what happens when it hits the 0 mark. It just goes to the same thing. Okay. We'll put it back to normal mode. Wow. Okay. Let's do another program because I know you guys want more. So let me do that. So I'm going to reset, put in program, get rid of the graphics. And I have another program here that theoretically is the one that actually worked out of the box. So for various values of work, horizontal 1 plus 1. And we're going to switch and hit new line. Okay. Now we're going to do horizontal 2 minus 1. Okay, so horizontal 2. When I say minus and plus, it basically, and I'm actually not plus minus, yeah. It's plus means add 1, and minus means -1 in a lot of programming languages. So that's the way I think about it. Hopefully that's not confusing. So we're going to do horizontal 2 minus 1. It's just a lot faster to say minus versus, plus, horizontal 1 equals horizontal 1 plus 1. Okay, so we got that one. Oh, wait, this was diagonal 1. Oh, we actually had sound on this one. Interesting. Oh, man. No. Switch 1. Enter. Okay. So we're going to say note. So note is the sound. I got to find it. Oh, it's in red. Okay. Note is going to be equal to whatever is in horizontal 1. So it's going to play a sound depending on what value is in horizontal 1. And I use a variable on this one. So we say vertical 1, vertical 1 is equal to C is what I used as a variable name. I'm going to use the blue one here. Yeah. Okay. Vertical 1 equals C. Vertical 2 equals C. And now we're going to add to C. So we're going to say C plus 1. And then we're going to say go to 1. Go to okay, I'm going to go ahead and save that to state. And let's, I guess we do need to see the graphics. So I'm going to go ahead and do it that way. Boom. Let's see what happens. Okay. I think this was the most interesting one that I came up with. Definitely need to do the turbo mode. Kind of cool. What do you guys think? Okay, guys, that was Atari 2600 Basic Programming. What'd you guys think? I gotta say, doing this was a challenging exercise. It's one thing to be dealing with limitations. There's another when it's just so limited that you really can't do much. Truly, the memory problem is probably the biggest one. The instructions were actually okay. You could do a lot more if there was some way to expand the memory on the 2600, but only having 63 symbols or 64 symbols to be able to have your program and be able to run it is just crazy. It's way too limited. But in any case, I was able to make something kind of cool, I guess. So what did you think? Do you think you could make something better? Definitely, if you can, leave a comment, leave a link to your video where you make yours.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of this kind of content, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. I post new videos all the time and I wouldn't want you to miss any. If you'd like to see more of this series, be sure to click up here. And if you'd like to see something else, be sure to click up here.